a really spectacular game here in the way that the other games have been. But just like the other games, hey, all the ones from the basically the whole weekend got ramped up in the second half. So I mean, and I was like it hadn't been spectacular, but I was like, it's the defenses have been playing really well. I was like, the quarterbacks have been a lot more flustered than normal. So I was like, there's still good stuff to play. It's not just like a garbage game, bad game. It's just I was like, it's a slow game. It's not fully defensive in that type of way either. Like there's things happening on offense. It's just that for like the New England Patriots who have been basically up and down the field real quick, they're playing against a better defense, so they're not moving as much. I was like you seeing uh, uh, Drake May doing a lot of dinking and dunking more than normal. Normally he's a downfield guy. Uh, Justin Herbert, who's been more, I was like intermediate and stuff like that. He's still been doing his thing, but he's missing on guys. But also I was like, I don't know. It's been weird with Herbert because it's like to me he's been running at the wrong times, and like he don't have them right or whatever in this. But we've also got to see Drake May run a bit, which I think he should do a lot more, especially since the playoffs. I think that he'll probably also do it a lot more. Um, yeah, so but I was like, it's been a solid, okay game with. To me, it doesn't. Maybe it could be like the Packers Bears game, maybe something like that. But it is reminiscent of all the games today where they just sort of been slow and sluggish. Like even the 49ers Eagles game was kind of a little like, but while it has excitement in it. So, um, but no, I was like, I was like, kept it. I was like cause I'm, it's crazy because depending on who wins this game is a different narrative. Jim Harbaugh, if he loses, it's going to be all the injuries to the team. Justin Herbert, I was like, before I get to what I was actually going to say, why we don't really talk about Justin Herbert being injury prone. Like, who was it? I was listening to Nick Wright, and he was talking about how Lamar and Joe Burrow basically have played the same amount of games, um, in this amount of years. Well, it's hard to think of that because it's like, man, Joe Burrow he's had more season-ending injuries than Lamar has, but Lamar has missed about the same amount of games. And to be honest, and I like Burrow got the injury prone label. You can sort of even say that about Lamar. How he get them nickname patty wax. But Justin Herbert is also an injury prone as quarterback. It seems like no matter what the year is, he get hurt. He get hurt in a noticeable way because everybody playing hurt because it's football. But he's getting hurt in ways that are just kind of like Baker Mayfield is also another guy where it's just kind of like it's like at some point he gonna be hurt. Tua. I was like, I was like, we say that about Tua, but Tua doesn't actually really get hurt. We're scared for his concussions and stuff. But on the level of those quarterbacks, he doesn't really get beat up in that same type of way. And the crazy thing is that Justin Herbert is basically like Josh Allen's size. He's like 6'5", 6'6", two something. I was like he's taller than Allen because Allen like 6'4". But so it's weird that we don't talk about how actually injury prone he sort of gets. But I was like, what I was gonna go with and saying with the squad is that New England. I was like, what I've been hearing about New England, how people been talking about New England is kind of like Jim Harbaugh is not over there. Like it's almost talking about Mike Vrabel. They're like they got good coaches. Look at Mike Vrabel over there, and they got Josh McDaniels and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, I'm like, I know Greg Roman hasn't had, he gets somewhere, he'd stay outside his welcome, whether that's San Francisco, whether that's Baltimore. Um, I was like, he comes and he goes or whatever. But I don't see he's actually pretty decent. He's pretty good. Um, which I think is fun that, and maybe, you can learn. But now that he's not with San Francisco, the court. I was like, Herbert is kind of sort of similar to those other quarterbacks. Big dude that can run. They don't use him in the same way. There's probably a myriad of reasons why, but I was like, but the way that he doing a lot of his scheme and his systems is not what I remember seeing it really in Baltimore like that. Um, so, uh, but with that being said, I was like, you got Jim Harbaugh, who's a really good coach and stuff. His defense, I just don't feel like he's getting talked in the same way as any of them do. Um, and even though we're talking about like all the good coaching and stuff from last year, and I'm not over here to like necessarily defend Gerard or whatever about how he played necessarily. It's really more so the fact that it's like, let's not act like they had a plethora of talent that they introduced from the draft and free agency. And they added so much speed. Like you've seen, like there was a lot like when they were showing a little ticker at the bottom of like, you know, Kevin takes on MSNBU TVFC. That a lot of them are rookies. There's a lot of rookies on their squad, and which it does seem like a lot of people did hit on a lot of like rookie classes this year. I don't know. That's because with the lack of quarterbacks, you didn't have to scramble and be frantic. I was like, I didn't think about that until now. There's been a lot more impactful rookie or like teams actually having a good amount of impactful rookies. Now that could be said that the talent is. I'm always trying to figure out how to frame it. That's like it's not necessarily better, but I guess the floor is a lot. I was like a lot higher. Um, but I was like, yeah, they added. I was like, they added. They added Diggs. I was like that, and I was like, and the receivers have gotten. So the receiver from last year that was Booty, like Booty was is better. I was like Henderson. I was like they got their left tackle and their left guard is a rookie. Um, so I'm like, they grab talent like Dean the cornerback. Oh, that's a fumble. That's a fumble. That boy fumble. Yup. Hand got a hand on it. Look at it. Look at it. Dude from Baltimore. Baltimore, could you have kept him? He still trying to throw it. He should have just swallowed the ball at that point. Hey, yo, exactly. Bow, 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 da, 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 da. I should really put that in the refrigerator, but cause you remember that. Ooh, I'm just glad it ain't one of them damn Chat GPT commercials. Cause those are some dumbass commercials, bro. Dumbass commercial. Chat GPT. Man, how do I stay running the rest of the year? Mom, you go run. How about that? How about you take your ass out and run? Like, what we talking about here? Right, I was like that. I was like they use the Chat GPT for like stupid things. Like don't get me wrong, like at least the pull up one, like it's dumb as well, but at least it's a little bit better as far as like okay, like how do I go about? It's like doing. It's saying do a successful pull up, but it's like to me it's like if you want to build a better upper body, okay, I was like, I can understand what you could probably also go. See, the thing is with Chat GPT in a way that's like, it's like you also don't know who is telling the truth between Chat GPT and regular people. Sometimes. Okay, they're doing the K-pop thing. Matt Damon's face looks weird here. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my God! Do I got some water? Nope. Oh wait. Not enough, but it'll do me. I think it's because they got his eyes so blue and cold, like not like cold, but like they're glossed over marble, fresh, kind of. oh man, I was like, man, I'm trying to figure out what to do after the game or whatever. Maybe. Oh, Ted is still doing stuff. Oh, okay. Thought they were done with that show. Thought they were done with the show. Wanna go? Whew. Uh, nope. That's not a flag. No, that's not a flag. That's not a flag, bro. That's not a flag. That ain't a flag. Yep. Yep. I was like, that's not a flag. That's not a flag. Nah, that's not a flag. I was like, nah, that thing was done already. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Herbert just ain't been crisp. He ain't been crispy with his stuff. That's been the more of the problem. I Ooh. I don't know. Ah, ah. Oh yeah. I forgot they do the hook where it's like if it looks like you can't put both arms out to catch the ball. That's right. That's right. He is right. It is just kind of like over his head. I don't know. Carl Davis always looked like he just old for years. Jack Dickens, brought to you by Jack Seller, brought to you by Jack Taker. What was that? Woo. Woo. Yeah, there's no point in over here playing him if he ain't ready to go. Ready to go. Oh. All right, come on now. You know what? After uh I wonder if what Harbaugh's going to draft this year. I would say to be honest, I was like I know they took McConkey, but I think they need to draft a receiver. Keenan Allen, old as hell. Uh, when Johnson I was like he came on the last couple of years, and McConkey's real like I was like he's really good, but I was like they still need something. He still needs something. Cause I'm like they got their line good. Maybe I could think maybe a pass rusher, another pass rusher. That's the only thing I could really go. The Patriots are good. They could just sort of just do whatever they want to. He said, "Let's go, bud. Hurry up." He's just a loser, loser. How'd he get bumped and they still throw it to him? He got knocked off his route, dog. Like I. Da-na-na-na, bum, bum, ba-na-na-na-na-na, Man, I was like, it's been a weird set of games. I was like, that Eagles game. I was like, didn't have a chance to talk about. But I was like, that was so weird. Like, don't get me wrong, I was like, there was really nowhere else. I was like, AJ Brown had some badass drops, some badass drops. There was really nowhere for old boy to go to. Yeah, I was like, Jalen Hurts really didn't have anywhere to go, and the crazy thing is that one, I was like, I felt like I hate those where it's just like I'm gonna just keep throwing. I'm never gonna try to make it easier to get the first down. They should have made it easier to get the first down. You're already playing toward the end of the damn game anyway. But the thing that sucks is that I was like AJ Brown has not been catching the ball. So do you still go with him like in a one-on-one situation for him? Because the thing is, he was one-on-one. There was like four people around Goddard in the middle. So, like, do you give your chance for your star receiver who've been dropping the hell out of the ball to go up there and catch it? You know, I think they should have had Goddard. They should have had the other tight end along with AJ Brown. I like Drew Bledsoe always looks sad and shit. Drink your coffee, girl. Got him. That actually kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that actually seems kind of like dope of actually doing that as an actual move. Like we're both gonna be doing some type of play, but all we're really doing is just knocking this dude out the damn way. That's ridiculous. Man, Mac still out here. Khalil Mac still doing his thing. What the? He got him. Okay. Man, I was like, they cheat me out of some. That's crazy, bro. That's not a real pass, bitch. Like, that stuff just pissed me off. I'm like, that's not a real pass. Like, I should be able to throw it over that linebacker. And he got somebody? I, he got booty. Oh, booty up. Booty up. I'm sorry. That that almost made me go back in time, bro. That almost made me go back in time. And I'm like, what do you mean? Yo, I was like, that's criminal. There's no way that kid had a fun time being called booty during school. Come on, booty. Damn it, booty. Booty, 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 booty. Booty all around, booty all around, booty, 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 booty. I said booty, yeah, booty, booty. Oh, just out the outreach of Hunter. Nay. Booty. Bow. All right, what do you got here? Third. Oh, yeah. Oh. Not William. Oh, Douglas. Douglas. They got so many young dudes. They got like William. They got Booty. They got Douglas. Opportunity. Opportunity. See, look. They got kicker Borregales. Aurora Borealis. Missed it. It's comfortable through the nets. Here we go. Ready to go. Like I said, I was like, there have been moments. There have been a bunch of. They're not like it's not full on exciting, but it's still some ooh or whatever in the whole thing. Keep, 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 keep. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like, really on. I was like 28 years later, like my jam. Have been my jam. They're gonna be my jam. Uh, gonna be excited to see. I wonder if this is the only one this year because it's supposed to be another one. So I wonder if it's just this one for right now, or do they come out with another one later on? I don't understand. I was like these cheesy dippy burritos. First of all, that's the cheap as hell. I mean, on their part, but hey, to each their own. You could just get a tortilla with like some like bullshit wrapped up in there. Um, saying that, um, it's just funny that it comes in the box. It's like two of them, knowing that you're just gonna eat it as one. Crazy dog. Ooh. Walter Goggins. If you ain't Goggin, then what's on your noggin? Or whatever they say. Bow, 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 bow. That's crazy. Well, I got you here. No, yeah, so I'm like, so we get Seahawks, 49ers. Man, I was like, that sucks about George, like George. I've been like George Kittle tearing his Achilles because like it always sucks because like it's at the end of the year and like normally stuff like that takes like a year to get back, get alone to get back to normal, which takes about 2 years. And I'm just like, man, like, cause they don't, cause I'm like, him coming back to whatever, however he was, you just never. I was like, you just never know how that's actually going to be. But and it's so weird now that now we're seeing these little calf little joint, and all of us know that hey, this is it. This is an Achilles thing. It's so crazy that like the way it's happening now, and it's visibly where you can see it. You know, it used to be like, oh, if someone went down on a no contact, that you knew that it was like an ACL injury. I was like, now, there ain't no way. He saved the day. Yo, he saved the day. Yeah, no, that actually was. Even though he face masked the guy. He always looked like he needed decongestant. Like he just looked like he's always like sick. You know. I like maybe it's that scrunched up face. You know that he got that like that face like like when you do the in. But that's the only thing I like. That's the only I mean. Oh man. That's that Johnson guy? Man, I don't know. Maybe I just ain't expect him to be bare armed the way he was. Wait a minute. Oh, he got the first. He got the first down. He said, "I'm down, but not till I get the first. What you want to do right now? You can make it really worse." See, he just always looks sick. He's like, ugh. He's like, ugh. That's how he looks constantly, every time. Latte for Jan. I was okay. Now, what's this progressive commercial where it's like you think like your parents? I was like, the coffee guy, out of here. The lady that was like, "Ooh, I wouldn't do that." I don't know. That one's tricky. I was like 70%, 70-30, no. But at least it's like, oh, like, nah, last time I got that here, girl, it was slimy. Whatever. Sure, cool. The guy that's over here talking about bagging groceries, that's different. Because those are my groceries. I mean, I'm taking them home. They're mine. I got to deal with them in a different way than all that other stuff is happening. Do not put my bread on the bottom when I'm like, I don't have bread anymore. What I have might be a bagel. So that's why or him telling him like, hey, no, you put the egg. I would like you put the cans, the eggs, the soda, all this other stuff. I like and layering it. Okay, that's totally different on telling me how I was like put my groceries in there. I think that's fine if you add like whatever the commercial is at that point. Uh, Other than that, I was like all the other ones is a little bit too much or whatever. Um, but I was like, man. So yeah, I was like getting back to the game though. all the Chargers need is a touchdown because they didn't been doing pretty good on defense. They've been doing pretty all right on slowing everybody down. Yes, you leave yourself vulnerable to them kicking a field goal, but I feel like that's in this kind of game you just sort of take it. It sort of feels like that what kind of game this is going to be in this situation. On February 8th on NBC, it's always on your side. I mean, to be honest, I don't really necessarily I don't have a root in either of these teams, but I mean, I guess if I'm gonna go with the Chargers. But I'm like, do they have a chance to actually do anything? That's kind of in comparison to the Patriots. Probably not. I think they're sort of in a, you know, yeah, like you could just see like they're just really deficient in this situation. And I was like, I I don't know. I see like obviously I'm not playing of course not like that to see how he should choose to run, but it's just they've been doing a lot of also quarterback runs when his ass is beat up. Like he's been beat up and they're actually running him quite a bit. But I was like, but that one I was like it feel like the quarterback run is always like I wanted to be where it's like oh he had a better chance to get the first down. We're at the goal line, something like that. When I see it on first down, it just seems like he just don't run right. You just run right into the traffic, run right into the bodies. Oh that I was like that was a catch. I was like bro, just walk to the sideline. If you right there, you could easily just skirt, just right to the side. Man, I was like, can they? I was like, who's on? I was like, who's got McConkey? McConkey. That's. Oh, I thought he did catch it. I thought he caught on that second attempt. But who's on lad? Is it Dean? No, it's Jones. Cause I was gonna say they gotta have a matchup here somewhere. Their best corner is on Johnson, who I don't think is their best receiver. Come on, Keenan. Ah, here it goes. Like, come on, bro. Okay, they're coming back, obviously. Well, they're gonna be fourth down. Fourth down. Yeah, go ahead. I was like, you got no choice but to really kick it right now. Yeah, like they've been moving the ball either, like that. Be like one every 10 plays. They like the like how he said the best play was when they scooped up uh that fumble. I was like, man, I have to keep on saying I'm just gonna make it a guessing game. I mean, a drinking game. I don't understand why they don't ever really locate the ball. Like there should be somebody that's also locating the ball. When it's at that point of being that far back there where that dude is not going to catch it or whatnot. Yeah, I was like who? Because I was like who? I was like whoever the Broncos gets the lower seed, so that would be the Bills, right? Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, the Bills is the lowest seed out of them, right? Like the Chargers win, do they go face the Broncos? And who's on the other? I was like, who's on the other side? Oh, I keep on forgetting there's a whole nother game tomorrow as well too. I was like, and that's what it is. I forgot. Yep. I was like, that'll make a lot more sense. Um, yeah. I mean, I was like, the Bills got. I think the Bills got a good chance they play anybody but probably Houston. I was like, I think Houston's the only team that I think it probably matches up where I was like the defense is better than the Jaguars. I was like their offense isn't as potent as to me as Jacksonville, but I don't think they're like too far behind. And as we've seen today, it wasn't like Jacksonville was going crazy either. But I will say that Stroud's been in the playoffs a lot more than Trevor Lawrence as well too. And I don't know if he would have made some of those passes that Trevor Lawrence was making. Uh, so I was like, I do think there's that, but I think that their defense, because I was like, because Jacksonville's defense, I was like, yeah, they're good up front. I was like, their DBs is like, especially that the dude I was like, Newsom. There we go, the Newsom dude. And I was like, to me, I was like, he was their weak link. Hell, you got to think that like Cleveland got rid of him, and that dude is a young guy still on his like rookie contract. Like I think he has a chance to get paid this year, but you don't just give those dudes away. So I was like, but he was giving up. He was giving up the touchdowns and stuff today. He was getting his ass ate up. Uh, yeah. So Houston probably is the one that got the best shot. And I mean, they've already beat Josh Allen and them. Well, Josh Allen played I think he did. No, because I don't know if he played the Broncos and the Jacksonville. Because he played Houston because they were one of the division and stuff last year. Um, yeah, so I was like the Broncos. I think the Broncos can give them fits on defense, but I don't think that their defense isn't sound in the same way as Houston. Ooh, I was like that was a hit, but it don't matter. Yeah, I was like Houston. I was like Houston. I like I was like they know how to just sort of stay home where they don't get reckless about chasing Josh Allen. You know, because I think that's what a lot of times too that teams don't stay disciplined on like watching Josh Allen. But they also can play man in a way that I was like Jacksonville was doing a lot of zone today. I was like Houston can play man up with them, and I was like that's the way that you sort of get uh, Buffalo because I was like none of they dudes are man beaters, even if like Brandon Cooks and stuff like that can get down the field and whatnot. But I was like it's gonna be an intriguing playoff. I was like outside of this game, all of them seem to be it's going to be. I mean, and I was like, don't get me wrong. I was like, this one's like to the wire, that it'll probably play down to, but it just doesn't have the excitement at least right now. And maybe that's also because this is so close. Neither team is trying to give up that momentum is needed. But once once it gets going, like if I was like I want to say if New England scored, then I was like, then the Chargers don't really have no choice about a lot of stuff. But we've seen where it's like if the Chargers the one that scored, then all of a sudden New England's like, yeah, we can still run the ball, but they get a little bit extra with their stuff, with their play calling. I guess they're a little bit more urgent. There's really no urgency right now because New England got the ball and I was like, they ain't gotta do anything. Ooh, if he would have ate on that ball earlier, he might have been able to get that one for an interception. Cause I thought that's what I thought. I thought that one. I was like, oh, that one could have been for an interception. The dude would have trusted himself a little bit more. Now, yeah, see, I was like he sort of took his head away from May, and I was like, if he would have been able to keep his eye on May, he might have been able to break on that ball. I swear, Booty and like Dig, like I mean, I know their numbers are similar, but they sort of they look similar. The same Patriots get up. Crazy. I was like, what's crazy? I was like, maybe getting sacked and stuff, and I was like, been giving up the fumbles, but the Chargers just can't do nothing with it. Man, why he get up like he old? He's like, oh, my back. That's how he get up. I was like, I mean, that's what I was about to say. I'm like he big as hell. He's a big ass dude. I like to me he's more Sam Darnold-ish than Someone like people who that big and also athletic than like Josh Allen. Like Sam Darnold is a little bit like more like stockier or whatever like that. But I was like, but the way they sort of use like their athleticism, like John Allen's like, nah, I'm a run if I can run. Whereas I was like, Drake May and Sam Darnold, I feel like sometimes they forget they can run, and not just that you can run. There's a bunch of quarterbacks that can run, but y'all big as hell. You are bigger than a DB. You just keep going, bro. You know. I was like that's sometimes where I was like I hate like the emphasis on throw from the pocket, throw from the pocket. I'm like yes, I understand throwing from the pocket how it helps out all these things too. But sometimes I'm like it hinders a lot of people where just like I'm like it's like man it's 3rd and 3. Why are you just sitting back there in that pocket? There's nobody open. You don't feel nobody open. Oh, you need this. Man, the clock is ticking. You need a score and you're just gonna sit in the pocket. Oh, I'm gonna move right. It's like no, get the first down. Get the first down. Forget all this. I'm gonna play from the pocket. No, you get the first down, my guy. And then we can worry about everything else afterwards. That annoys me. And the thing is, that's what I've seen this whole playoff. I've seen this whole playoff where Bryce Young, yes, he's not big like that and he's not fast all of them. But it's like, hey, just run. Just run. You can do it. You can just run. I was like, what was the other game? I was like, the Packers. I felt like Jordan Love cut. I was like, should have did it on the last ending portion. Um, I was like, Trevor Lawrence should just because they haven't really been able to pass. I was like, he tried at times, but his running sort of been like Herbert, where it's just like you'd have been running into dust. I was like, what was the other game from the other day? Don't Jalen Hurts should have as well because he hadn't also been able to pass. Um, Man, I was like, they were both games last night. I was like, yeah, okay, then that's all the game. I think that everybody on that, especially on their last drive that needed to score, should have just like ran a couple times. You run a couple times, especially I was like the Panthers. They had all their timeouts. You could run. I was like the Packers. They could have too. Jacksonville. I was like, yeah, they were sort of screwed in that situation. But I'm like, you still have time to run a bit. Go ahead and throw your I was like, and throw your spike the ball and stuff. I don't know where that was going to go with that part, but hey, we got there eventually. Um, I swear this game, the Jacksonville Bills game seemed like that game went by so fast, and this one seems like it's taking forever to end. I get it, they're not doing any frantic, fast paced playing, but let's see. So I was like, if you could just keep them to a field goal, like you've been doing all night, you give your team you get the Chargers at least a chance. But them boys ain't scoring no offense. No offense. Ooh, he clipped that dude leg. Oh, yep, and the worst scenario. That was the worst. That was the worst thing that could have happened. Hunter Henry looks like somebody a thumb with teeth, but yeah, and I like, and that's a good throw by May. That's a good throw by May. There wasn't a big, huge window for that. That was a nice throw. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, your running back did just enough to clip the dude. That dude did 2 pirouettes before he was able to just be like, I'm falling on the ground. I ain't even gonna try. The Clippers. I was like the Chargers not out the game, but they kind of out the game. Yup, just enough. just enough. If he could have just got up on the, I was like off the first one. I was like just off the first one. I was like, well, it's also weird. It's sort of like he went like I know that you be like zoned in on your football mind and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm over here playing backseat passenger or whatever. What is it? Backup quarterback, whatever. But I'm just saying he looked like he went towards the running back because he's like, ooh, Drake May's right there. I'm gonna go get him right here instead of just like. I'm like you can't do no you can't do no fake of him or nothing like that. You can't like I mean he went low, but you couldn't just I mean I guess that's the difference between like some players and some other ones. Yeah, I was like yeah the Chargers. I was like yeah the Chargers screwed. The Chargers screwed. They haven't been able to do nothing yet. Alone now you down by basically two scores. I I was like I'll give them a field goal. I think they could go get a field goal. But I bet you that they'll in their attempt to where it's like, oh, they should go and get a field goal. They'll just go for it on fourth down, miss it, or whatever. Cause I was like, cause I was like, you'll hear it. They'll be like, oh, the analytics and all that other stuff tells you right here to just go for it, and you kick the field goal later. And it's like, yeah, sure. It's like if the game is low enough, maybe. I mean, the time low enough or whatever. But I'm always just like, no, you go ahead and get the points now, and I rather know I have to, When I was like, oh, false must be a false start. Um, yeah, no, I was like, I'd rather try to go ahead and just get the field goal. Like, cause like the thing is that I was like, we should have learned by now that anything that had to do with kicking a field goal is not happening as automatic as we want to say. I was like, otherwise the Jacksonville Jaguars would have been able to win. Uh, I was like, who else had Packers? The Packers. I was like, the Packers would have won. Yeah, some analytics a little bit like I was like it's like overblown. Cause I was like we use analytics all the time and a lot of stuff, but the things where they're just like looking where they got like look at a sheet and be like, there's 5 minutes to go. Which one should I go for? I was like, you don't need all that for. I was like, you don't need all that to make a decision on whether somebody should run the ball. I mean, whether you should kick a field goal or a touchdown right now. I was like, yeah, I was like the playoffs have been crazy. This has been like the only game that hasn't been like too crazy. Ooh, oh, what kind of? See, that's why I said that dude just be getting injury prone over some stuff. What kind of split was that? I was like, that was crazy. That was a crazy split, my guy. Like I thought he was gonna do like he was about to get like a guitar and do like, oh, appreciate it. I like they Justin Herbert might just run this whole drive. Yeah, they see they trying to put a stop to that. Yeah, he should have just made the commitment to run. Like if he makes the commitment to just run, he's good. I was like it's the one where he hesitate on running that is he always just runs into nothing. They ain't got. I was like, they ain't got like no screens. I was like, I ain't seen one screen this game. Like I would like to use here. Like your receivers aren't really getting open the way you need. I was like, you haven't been running the ball that particularly that well. Oh man, ooh, oh my god. Oh man, that dude, that dude jumped at him. Oh man, they crunched that boy up. Yeah, that was like now this game. Oh man, Hey, I was like, look, I'm surprised they ain't trying to say nothing about no helmet. Helmet. I mean, I wouldn't have thrown the flag. I'm not saying that, but I was like, that boy got roughed up. And I'm like, they say to say like he's the most hit quarterback. And granted, both his tackles been gone for like most of the year, where it's like their season didn't even count. But I will say that Herbert still just sometimes just be getting his ass like hit for no reason. Like he's still just be over here being like, oh, like it's like he took the clobbering time just literally about himself. He's not doing it. He's getting the clobbering time the whole time. I'm like, I don't know. I was like, that's why I said that's why I was saying that he should just run, like just run, just be like, oh, I know I'm running. So when he does that little second, like, oh, I gotta think about running. I was like, he runs into all that other stuff. Is that Kevin Love? That look like Kevin Love. Uh, mm, I was like, but yeah, that's pretty much game at this point. Like, you better hope for some special team, defensive assistance. Well, the thing is, I can't even say that they need to rely on defensive assistance. They got it. They've gotten a fumble and they've gotten an interception from him. I was like, so he's. I was like, so they're already, he's getting it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. One way. I don't know why. Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, hey, Charter gave it a good run with a beat up team. Uh, I don't think nobody was outright choosing them. I just thought they have a chance because their defense has been really good, and their defense really been holding on for them the whole time. So, and so it's not like they're really getting their ass handed to them or nothing like that. It's just that nothing can come on offense. And granted, New England, I was like, they got a really good defense too. Like I talked about their corners and all that other stuff too. But I think this really just points out that the Chargers, man, I was like that boy holding his body like he needs some Campbell soup. Um, yeah, no, I was like their defense been good, but I think this really points out the Chargers don't have anything electrifying on offense. Like they need something else. Quentin Johnson, he could be a downfield threat, but he's not a number one receiver in that type of way or whatever. McConkey I was like, to me, he's sort of, I was like, you know what I noticed? Like, I like McConkey. We could talk about Khalil Shakir. We could talk about Zay Flowers. I was like, is that they're the best receivers on all those teams, and they're slot receivers. But what makes it different than like the Lions with like Amara St. Brown, is they got Jameson Williams, and him being there opens up so much for Amara St. Brown that he could be even greater and be a receiver that all them other teams I'm talking about, this team and all the other ones, they don't have that other type of receiver that you feel like in some way is going to kill you. It's going to get you. It's going to destroy you. Like whether that be, like Jameson Williams, I was like he's improved to be more of an all rounder receiver. But he could take it to the house, deep threat, fast, he's all that type of stuff. Ooh. Oh, that was what they needed. But I mean like touchdown. They needed they needed one of them big boys to pick that thing up. They needed that to be a touchdown. Man, and I was it was that close to being a touchdown. I was like it was that close. If the bounce would have just been a little bit outward, a little bit outward. Uh, my favorite team. Uh, I was like my favorite team really. I have like favorite. I like other like favorite players and stuff like that. But my favorite team is the lowly sorry Dolphins. That is my favorite team. Um, I was like, and today I got to. I was like, I get to see two teams in that same division play today and advance. Um, so that's always a good sight to see. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, this is the Dolphins, and as of right now, I was like in this. I was like in this game. I actually don't really have rooting interest on. I was like I don't have a rooting interest really in either of these teams. I was like really to be on. I was like to be honest. Uh, I was like yeah no neither. I was like neither one is gonna be like I'm necessarily like rooting for. I was like with games like this I just hope for like a really good game. Uh, And I was like, I think this actually it had to been like the best game of the lineups, but I was like, it's been pretty good. I was like, it's not just a boring like defensive fest. Um, yeah, no, yeah, I was like, yeah, being a Dolphin fan is sad because um, there's nothing at all that's to look forward to. Not, I like not, like at least like somebody that's. I'm trying to think of somebody that's in a worse spot, like the Jets. I was like, at least you got something like the draft to look forward to. I was like, I don't even really get something to look forward to the draft. I don't know what we're gonna do at quarterback. I was like, just fire the coach. Kind of coach they're gonna get. And I gotta wait and see like the whole like off season. Be like, oh, maybe there's some hope. But I was like, there's only been like hope like one time, and that was like 3 years ago. And even then, I was very cautious about it. But yeah, no, I didn't have. I was like, I don't have a particular interest of the Chargers or the Patriots, just because it's like the Chargers they're really banged up and they're all hurt, uh, and the Patriots I was like, I mean, I don't have the same type of like at the Patriots, like when Brady was playing and stuff like that. I was like, so I mean, it's a little residual, like it's like I guess they're good now, but no, the score is 15 to 3 in favor of the Patriots. Obviously at this point, uh, yeah, it is not. But I was like, the Chargers just got the ball back. I mean, they should be getting the ball back after that fumble. They didn't get the fumble, but I was like, but it was fourth down, so now we'll see what I was like broken body Herbert does. Like if they, I was like, there's still no time that they score. Winning tomorrow, that was difficult. Just because I just don't know if Aaron Rodgers, yeah, could get, yeah. I was like, the Texas pretty much because I was like, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers has enough to get past those dudes up front. Yet alone throwing it to his receivers that haven't really done a great job. As far as like they're doing as good as well as they can, but you think that, but none of them do like Valdez Scantling and Adam Thielen aren't what they like used to be, so they ain't about to beat none of them dudes on the Texas back end. DK Metcalf going to come back, and I I'm not. I was like, I think Metcalf is a good receiver, but I don't think he's great in a way that I would ever pick him over Stingley. He seemed like he only really got like two tricks: down the field slants. I was like, yeah, yeah, I was like, I think I was like, yeah, I don't think I could be in that position where I'm about to swing at a fan. Like, I'm like, you could talk all like like whatever that fan says or whatever. You can say the same stuff back to that fan. It ain't like the fan go get like he be like he might get on his little screen and be like he said this to me. Okay, whatever. We all can have words and whatnot. But I'm just trying to figure out like how did he get all the way over there and nobody like no teammates. There was like there's no social security and nothing like that was able to just be like, yo, that DK over there, like why DK out there? And I was like, I don't even know how you get to that point. I don't because. It's even harder if somebody won't even come dap you up. It's just like a risk you just don't want to really take. I was like at that point. But I was like, yeah, I was like, they had their chance to where they wouldn't have been, and at least in the situation, because I think the Steelers, if they wasn't playing Houston, I think they can match up with everybody else in a way to at least give them a chance to win. I'm not saying they would win, but I'm just saying like if they would match up against the Bills, I was like, we already seen that game, and to be honest, that game only got out of hand because I think Aaron Rodgers got hurt. That's when he first came back from the drift. Otherwise, the Bills were getting. I was like, the Bills were. I was like losing that game, and the Steelers had momentum, and they didn't have a penalty that I think that took away one of their. I was like that was messing them. That messed them up. I was like, I think they would have been able. They would have had the Bills' ass on it, and then they got that fumble and that interception from Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, and that was the game. The Steelers against Jacksonville. I was like, man, they got Harvard again. Yeah, either way, I'm just saying the Steelers I think got enough to sort of match up a little bit. Yeah, I didn't. I was like I'm not surprised that they lost. It was the way that they lost. Cause I like Trevor Lawrence. Like they weren't able to do stuff really the whole game. Um, but still, I was like, they were still able to drive down the field and whatnot. But I was like that last little bit where Josh Allen was just what I also think is crazy. That I was like, then that's why I'm reading why I was like, I don't like the reader. I don't like the tush push whatever whoever does it is the fact that like multiple times I'm just like that play if that was a running back would have been called dead and stuff like that like Josh Allen he got picked up. And I know I was like, every now and then I was like, you might see that, but if the running back is not, I was like, most of the time, I was like, he got picked up and then he got put back down for a portion of it. But I'm surprised that I was like, they didn't stop it on some of those just because just because it's the quarterback. Team. I was like, it's the Dolphins. I was like, which I guess you're right. I was like, appreciate it. I was like, peace out. Hope to see you come by another time. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna say I feel like support is the strong is really not the strong word. I would like really the right word to say of what team because you gotta do a lot of support in order to stay uh, with something that has not been. I was like great. Hell, I'll say even good. I was like it. I was like I was like being a Dolphins fan since a little bit before they started doing the Wildcat stuff, and that was probably the highlight. Was when they were doing all the Wildcat stuff before Wildcat caught on with everybody else, and everybody else started having to figure it out or whatever. Uh, yeah, I was like one day I feel like I could be I'm a Dolphin fan, and normally like in the first 5 weeks of the season, that's normally where it's like the limit. Yeah, a Raiders fan, oh man, I was like yeah, that was probably a stressful year for y'all. I can imagine. I didn't think it was going to be that bad for the Raiders. Like I didn't think they were going. Like obviously I didn't. No, I don't think nobody thought they were going to be as bad as they was. But I didn't think they were going to go be this terrible with Geno Smith and I mean they need a lot of talent on that team. They need a lot of stuff. And I was like I understand that Geno was you was going to like smooth over some of those spots. Cause I don't think Geno is cooked how like this season showed that he was. But I do think that Geno's at like the reason he was so good with Seattle was not just like his own talent, but he also had Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Jigba, and he had the running game. So I was like he's a dude that if you got some better players around him, he's good. But if you want him to basically raise the roof on well, I was like I guess that'd be the floor. That'd be the floor. Raise the floor. Man, yeah, I thought at least It'll get y'all to fighting for a wild card spot. Yeah, I was like, I thought Gino would be Gino and what they were trying to do on that Raider team would be enough to get to the wild card spot. Cause I like nobody was going to see the Broncos being the number one seed or the Chiefs being this bad. He needs to run it. No, see that's what I'm talking about. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, if he would just ran to the outside, he would at least probably got more yards, not got hit, and he could at least got out of bounds. Like he could have outran that dude to the sideline. But I was like, then you just but you why do you run upwards? I don't understand. Uh, I was like, this is an already game, but yeah. Um, I was like Mendoza. I was like, I don't know how to feel about Mendoza going to the Raiders. Like, I don't know if the Raiders should draft Mendoza or should they like see if somebody want him to trade like that pick for other stuff. Cause I think the Raiders need a lot of stuff. I like peace out, Mister Raider. Um, but I do think that I was like, but I have seen enough of Mendoza where I think if someone made him the top pick, I was like, I get it. But I was like, but the Raiders, I'm like, like if the Raiders do like what New England did, and they go out and they spend a whole bunch of money, and like get like a like at least one receiver. I was like maybe fix the lineup like how Chicago did. Um, if they do stuff like that, like at least patch up the offense with like free agency, and you could do draft picks and stuff like that on defense. Because I actually think that's probably the better way to do team building. Um, because I was like, you ain't got time to wait for some people on offense to get it going. Whereas like on defense, I was like, you throw them out in a different way in an offense. Like they can just go out there and they can just straight up play. But you already got a running back, you already got a phenomenal tight end. So I was like, if they go out in the free agency, get some dudes, then I'll be like, okay, Mendoza, you could take him with the first pick. But I think here maybe you just trade back and give him somebody else. I don't know who that somebody else would be. Cause I was like the Jets ain't in any better situation. Um, I was like the Browns got a whole mess in themselves. They at least got a defense, but I'm just saying I feel like maybe you want to just play it real cheap with you still got Watson, you still got two former rookie quarterback. I was like so. I was like, kind of like maybe somebody like the Rams, maybe that'd be crazy because they're like number 10. Would they trade like two of their first round picks? I don't know if I'd do that if I was Raiders, but would you do that because you got Puka? Maybe Adams come back. You got your tight ends. You got your running back. I was like, you have young players on defense. What's the one thing you don't have? Is a quarterback on a rookie deal. Stafford, depending on how this season goes, I like if he wins another Super Bowl, he's done. He's gone. He's retiring. But I think that if he make it to the NFC Championship game, I think he still might hang it up. But they was also talking about getting rid of him anyway this year, so maybe he still stayed and the Raiders wanted him. So maybe that's what you do. Maybe Matthew Stafford, their two first round picks, you trade for Mendoza. I mean, yes, you put a little bit more stuff in there, but maybe that's the way to go about it. I was like, I don't, because the thing is, the Rams would trade up. No, I don't. I was like, I don't think they would. I don't think they would trade up. I was like, I would just, I was like, but I was just thinking that like they got ammunition and they have a team that everything is in place for a rookie quarterback and McVay being the quarterback guy. I was like he's more mobile than Jared Goff and he's more mobile than Matthew Stafford. And I was like, I don't think he has a strong arm like Stafford, but I think the whole like thing of like uh you've seen like with the coaching and his ball placement and stuff like that. Cause he throws the ball and like the thing I was like I'll see sometimes is that he passes the ball in a way that don't get your receivers clobbered. And to me, that's having like really good awareness. That you got that where you place the ball and stuff like that. Man, man, that's game and that's it. That should be the end of his night, even if they get the ball back. That's crazy. That and that tell me how badly he hurt because I was like he couldn't get away from that guy. Man, they did. They got him. Man, he did to the center and the guard. Bow, bow. Yeah, yeah. I was like that boy body gonna be. That's cold tub, icy hot, hyperbolic chamber. Man, I was like, got ate up. He got ate up. But yeah, I was like, trying to think. I was like, who? I was like, on top of my head, I'm trying to think of who's in the top 10 of like Mendoza. I was like, I think the Raiders are going to. The only reason I don't know if they're going to also get Mendoza or not like that is just because of is Tom Brady willing to be patient. But there's also not any quarterbacks out there that I'm like, who would you really get at the quarterback spot? So I think that's what sort of is tough about the Raiders. I think they're gonna spend their money. It just all just depends on where they just want to go for quarterback. Cause there's nobody out there that I see that they will want. Like, would they go get Mac Jones? Uh, because he's still sort of young enough, had a little career resurgence with the 49ers, but that's also giving away picks, so I'm like, but I was like, or they could, I was like, or I was like, I was gonna say they could surprise everybody get Dante Moore, but you don't even know he's coming out. I don't even know if he should be in the. He probably is firmly at. I was like it's probably for Fernando Mendoza and then whatever you feel like as your taste at quarterback in this draft. I was like, I was like, he a former player, so I mean, he over here just having a good time. Be like, I ain't gonna lie, he over. I was like, he. I was like, they must really like they coach. Cause I'm like, yo, what kind of kinky mess are you into? He's like, yeah, you gonna make me take my own. Nobody made me take my own blood except for me. Man, I was like, he makes me think of somebody when he was doing that. I couldn't think of what it was. Oh man, it's an action star where we just kind of like, yeah, I can't think about what it is. Yeah, I was like, well, I like the gym is a little bit more cuckoo in that type of way. Man, that dude is about to get all the type of therapy his body needs. Cause that dude was getting crunched up, hit up. And see, that's a little bit more of a problem than just the tackles. If you getting handed to you, yeah, it's getting handed to you like that. Yeah, I was like, that's what I want to see. I want to see where everybody going and pick up the matchup from then. Cause I was like, I mean, cause then I was like, yeah, cause the Steelers win. I think they go to the Broncos. But if Houston wins, I think the Bills go to the Broncos, which is gonna be a crazy game if wait, my bad. The Bills go to the Broncos if Houston wins. I think that's how it is. I think Houston. No, the Bills won the division. I'm tripping. I was right the first time. I was tripping. Man, that's gonna harm me all day. Of like, who is that person that he looked like in that situation? And he's just like, I'm a football coach. Man, I hate those hats. It just seems so bland. Who who's he saying bye to? They're at their house. That's great. He's like, go home, everybody. It's snowing or something. Oh, I was like, I was like, oh, NBA trying to get their little spin on now. They're like, oh, the NFL was gone, guys. We can have our turn. I was gonna say, you better not go to the news right now. You still got. I was like, there's still time. Please, guys, watch the NBA. The NFL is over, please. Y'all can have the weekend, Mike. I'm sorry. Man, I was like, well, I was like that game. At least that game sort of went out in a way that wasn't as frustrating compared to all the other games today. All the other games ending was frustrating. Which makes for good football. You know, the fact that you're like, oh god, even if you're not necessarily, uh, a, I was like that's their team or whatever. You can still get how the game ended, but this game, like I said, once the Patriots scored that touchdown, that was it. That was it. I was like, think about it, the Chargers never got back within field goal range. That's crazy. Like I don't even understand that you didn't even get back to field goal range. Like how that's how badly the offense was. I mean, you could, and don't get me wrong, you could say the Patriots were like playing really good defense, yes, but you couldn't get to field goal range. Mm-mm. That's a problem. That is a problem. Like you couldn't run it. I was like, damn sure couldn't pass it. But that's why I said too that they didn't do any screens or nothing like that. They didn't try any, and that's sort of the thing with Greg Roman that people will probably end up talking about. But that you didn't do anything else. You didn't do no screen or nothing. Uh, I was like Gonzalez went out the game. It didn't seem like you went and attacked that like whoever replaced him. Um, yeah, there was like no, they didn't seem like there was any. It seemed like it was some real video game type of play where you just like line up, press A, and then you just try to throw the ball and match and beat the dudes. And I was like, that's not your team. Your team, there ain't no pick plays. They ain't nothing to get anybody done open. But you also had Quentin Johnson and two slot receivers. To be honest, yeah. So they need another receiver. They don't have to go out and get like a AJ Brown or something like that. They don't have to do anything like that. But they got to get somebody that can stretch the field or whatever. They don't. Yeah, I would like Dante Moore is an intriguing prospect. But anyway, appreciate it. Have yourself a good night, my guy. Uh, okay, yeah. So Bill. Okay, so automatically Bill play the Broncos. Ooh, well, we've seen Houston already play New England. I think that's going to be pretty much more of the same. Bill Broncos. That's intriguing. That's intriguing because I was like I thought Trevor Lawrence matched up against Buffalo. I was like he can play Josh Allen evenly, which he did today. But I don't think Bo Nix can play evenly with uh I was like with Josh Allen and their defense. I said like has played better today. I was like they've been playing better. So if their defense is right, because I was like the Broncos defense. I was like they can I got they're not at the Houston Texans level. Cause I think they're I was like they're really good defense there, but they're just not like the same in a way of like playing Josh Allen. But some of them runs and stuff like that ain't happening necessarily in the same way because they're more athletic. Like Texas, they stay at home with all their stuff because I was like I was like when you get past their front, they're linebackers and stuff. But you talk like Tom Brady a bit. Who's the other tight end? Hunter Henry and Hooper. I think it's Hooper. All right. I was like, man, he really gets up in the play with his squad. He's like, yes. He's like, we did it, guys. Yes. I was gonna have some real football thing to say. He said they tried to take a finger away, but guess what? We bit one of their toes off. He's like, meaning we won't never stop, never stop. We like the way it tasted, and it tastes so good. Do y'all ever want to lose this feeling of taste? No, coach. It's like, yeah, that's one of your five senses. Now let's go and get this win. Next week, 1, 2, 3. Ah! Yeah, I was like, well, I was like, everything's pretty much set. I'm not gonna lie, I really think that they should have just had all the games on the weekend instead of just putting it on Monday. I was like, not everybody, but everybody could watch the game. But anyway, appreciate everybody that was on the stream. Appreciate everybody that subbed, everybody that got the likes. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Get made for some good conversation as well, or whatever. I was like, and gonna have to do this another time again, whenever that is. Uh, but anyway, appreciate it. Going ahead and cut the stream off. I was like, I think everybody that decided to participate, appreciate it. Much, much, much